Welcome back, adventurers. Welcome back. This here is for a little update for you to let you know what's going on here at the Mound, the home of Adventures of Key Fob, right? Oh, things have been, they're still in motion. They're still in motion. A lot of things haven't happened yet that we've hoped would have happened by now, be it a power source other than the Predator Harbor Freight Predator 5000 inverter that we're using to power our home. Yep, that's our current home. The Flagstaff Classic Super Light from, I think it's an 05 model. I don't remember. Yeah, see that flapping tarp up there? That's because it's got a leaky roof. Same thing with an unflappy tarp back there, leaky roof. A few other problems, the paneling on the insides wanting to come loose, panel on the outsides wanting to come loose. A few other problems. Yeah, it's got issues, right? But here's the thing. That is 100% paid for. The land it's sitting on is 100% paid for. All I gotta do is pay the tax man and give him share, and him share will keep him happy. But that's what's going on. Now over there behind the 84, that's an 84 Goldwing GL 1200 Aspencade, that dirt mound that is located behind it, well, that is where the septic tank is supposed to go. Supposed to go because it's not there yet. Why is it not there yet? Well, because the company that's supposed to be doing our septic system hasn't called us back yet, and we don't know what to do with there. Now here, well, right here I am trying to save us $300. Sorry, $300, because I'm standing right beside our well, but no water cometh from the well because we don't have power yet. And the reason we don't have power yet is because more paperwork, more red tape has to be cut and has to be worked through in order for us to get a 60 amp power supply put here. Where we're putting it? Well, right there where those three flags are, that's where the power supply for our home is going to be. And it's going to go follow the orange flags all the way out to where that final little post right there is where the power company is supposed to be installing another power pole that's actually going to have the transformer and everything else on it. Here's the thing, an electrician has to come in and dig a roughly 200-foot trench, 3 feet deep, from this 3-point flag all the way out to that where the pole is going to be. And it will save us $300 if I get off my butt, come out here and dig the trench myself, which is what the plan is going to be. The 200 foot, 3 feet, the math says $300 is worth of physical labor that this is going to take. Now, do we have the money to pay the $300 for it? Yes, we do. We have the money to pay them to do it, but it may be one of those situations where further down the line we may see that the $300 could have saved us a lot somewhere else. So I'm going to do my part and dig the trench line all the way out there, 200 rough feet, 3 feet deep. Luckily, this is all former cattle land. So there's no roots, there's no trees to dig through. Yeah, there's hay grass out here, but quick shovel digging will get right through that. And then we get into the nice soft sand that is Florida, right? But that being said, it's a little bit of physical labor that I don't mind doing to save us a few bucks here and there, because I know, I have the feeling we're going to need it down the road for something else. So you got to do what you got to do when you got to do it and how you got to do it. There's probably 1.5 million different ways to do it. I'm going to do it with a shovel, because renting the equipment to do it for me isn't going to save me $300. It's going to end up costing me more. And it's all about saving money. It's all about trying to get this household set up in the best way we possibly can for our future, to try to take as much off our overhead as we possibly can. As of right now, there's only 3 things that we have to make payments on. That is the, let me whip y'all around, the 2020 Nissan Armada that Brainy Chameleon drives, that 2023 Lowrider ST, and that 2018 Honda CTX 700 DCT, which is also Brainy's bike. Ignore that V-Strom. That V-Strom is here on loan from David down at Forgotten Angels. What happened is I went down there this past weekend to do a little bit of work with them to help things get in motion for the camp out coming up in 22 days. 22 days is when the camp out is going to be. October 23rd through the 26th to be precise. Trying to get some things done with them, and the 2018 Fat Bob that I took down, my Fat Bob, the clutch cable for some reason snapped. The day I was going to be headed out that evening, it snapped on a little rideabout, which I took as a sign that I wasn't meant to go yet. There was a reason I needed to stay, and maybe it was for the conversation that me and Cindy had later on to kind of help ease my mind and help me find some ground and some purpose. But yeah, anyway, it's down there at the Forgotten Angels property right now. I have Gainesville Harley Davidson. They have ordered my new upper clutch cable. $113.30, I think, is what it ended up coming up to be. Not what I wanted to be spending. Not what I wanted to spend $113 on, especially with a camp out coming in 20 odd days. But it is what it is, and what it is something I'm not going to worry about. Things happen, things break, and the toast gets burnt for some reason every time for a reason. You may not know that reason. You may never know the reason, but the toast gets burnt for a reason, and I'm going to take it as just as what it is. It's something that happened. I have to work around it, figure out a resolve. And how David and Cindy helped me find a resolve to that was they let me borrow that, I don't even know what year model it is, but I know it's a DL650 V-Strom Suzuki. And it ran fantastic. I mean, can you really compare the 107 Fat Bob that I rode down to Forgotten Angels versus the DL650 V-Strom that I rode coming back up? Can you compare those apples to apples? No, because they're not. They're two completely different type of V-twins. One's a hulking Harley. The other one is a much lighter, much more nimble, much more adventurous V-Strom. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter what mode of transportation got me back where I needed to be to do the work I need to do. Just the fact that it did what it was supposed to do. It got me from point A to point B. Doesn't have to be a big Harley. It just had to get me from point A to point B, and it did that. It did that spectacularly. I didn't have any issues with it. I actually found the V-Strom riding position to be enjoyable, and the powertrain actually to be enjoyable. Yeah, on the top end, I felt it wanting more power, more compression, more power. Yeah, just power. I mean, come on. I'm a Harley guy. I love my power. I love a big thumping V-twin, and that 650 V-twin felt lacking. But what it did do, like I said, it got me from point A to point B, and that's all that matters. It doesn't have to be the shiniest dime, the brightest nickel, or the fanciest thing. All it has to do is get you from point A to point B. And not to worry, the Fat Bob will be back. I'll be hopefully gathering it before the camp out, or I might just leave it down there, find a way to hitch a ride down to the camp out and just bring the Fat Bob back up with me. Or I may take the Lowrider ST down to the camp out like originally planned and find a way to truck the... Hang on, you gotta see. What is she doing? Young lady, why are you on the trailer? That is Siete. Siete is our special little girl. She requires special attention and has become to the point where she has to be isolated a little bit more and watched around the other dogs because she doesn't like the females and she can be set off rather quickly. So we keep her more separated, a little more secluded, but we keep her entertained and we keep her with stuff that's going to make her happy, because happiness is all you have to have. Like I said, you don't have to have the newest things, the shiniest dimes and gold-plated nickels. You don't have to have any of that. As long as you have happiness. And that's what this land here is meant to bring me. It's meant to bring us, me and Brainy Chameleon, and the dogs. It's meant to bring us happiness, because there's no worry about being moved off of it, because I own it. It's mine. Yeah, I don't have running water. I don't have power on a regular basis. I have a generator that I have to make sure we top up with gas every day, every morning and every afternoon. We have to make sure it's full. Otherwise, the power is going to cut off and AC is going to go out, which is no bueno in Florida. You know that. And then the refrigerator is going to stop working, and then all the food we have in the refrigerator, which isn't very big, will spoil, and then we have to go find more food, which is another thing, right? But none of that matters. As long as we have happiness, we can fight through all these problems, all these trials, if you want to call them that, and find our workaround, find our work through, and keep our feet moving up, keep marching forward. Doesn't matter what we're coming against, what we're facing. Find a way to work around it. Find a way to keep your feet going in a positive direction, because life is going to be like that. It's going to be good days, bad years, and that's just life. You have to keep moving. You have to keep working towards finding what brings you happiness, because that's all that matters, y'all. And happiness is one of the things I find working with Forgotten Angels. I find a great deal of cheer, joy, and happiness every time I go down. It doesn't matter what I do to help them. It's just working with them, just talking to David, just talking to Cindy, just hanging out with Shep, just cutting the jokes, just having a good time, enjoying life, because I enjoy what they do. I enjoy how they take these young men and women from the grasp of despair and the muck that they live in, and bring them to a place of hope, a place of happiness, a place where they can find what makes them happy. They can pick their own directions in life. It's not a cookie cutter platform where David and Cindy bring them in and say, all right, you have to follow this, and this to build your Lego house. No, they just give them the pieces and show them different ways to work and different ways to use the tools they have available to build their own way into happiness. And like I said, happiness is all you need. And if these young men and women can build a life of happiness through David and Cindy at Forgotten Angels, then Forgotten Angels needs all the love and support they can get. That's why here at Adventures of Key Fob, and also on Brainy Chameleon's channel, we do everything we can to support them. In all my main videos, you'll see the little icon in a corner or two, and you'll see at the end where I talk about Forgotten Angels. And it's because I'm trying my best to do the best I can just to spread the word, because I'm not much, right? I don't have 10,000 million subscribers. I think I'm currently sitting at just over 1,000, maybe 1,050 at this point, unsure. But that's 1,000 people who have a chance of hearing my message about Forgotten Angels, and will have a chance to spread the word even further to bring more people in that can support Forgotten Angels. Like right now, they have 2 raffle bikes going. One is a Harley Road King with a Milwaukee 114, I believe it is. Fantastic bike. I haven't actually seen it. I was hoping to get my eyes on it, but it was currently unavailable when I went down to the Forgotten Angels property. Also, the Mint Berry Crunch Dyna was also unavailable, which I really wanted to get a picture with that bike, because it looks fantastic in all the pictures. I really need to see it. I want to ride that bad boy. It's not really my style, but I could get to love that bike, that's for sure. But reach out to Forgotten Angels, ForgottenAngelsFlorida.org, and check out the raffles. There's almost always a bike being raffled off, if not 1, 2, or 3. There's always a bike being raffled off. So buy you a ticket, or 2, or 10, or 20. Doesn't matter how many you buy, just buy you a ticket. Come to the camp out in October 23rd to 26th of 2025, in case you catch this next year or another year after. Come down and see us. Come hang out with us. Come share some of your stories. Come share in the happiness. See what David and Cindy are truly about. And you might be lucky enough to be one of the ones who gets to watch David himself teach a new rider how to ride a motorcycle. Because motorcycles are a big part of their life. They're a big part of my life. They've opened up the world and made the distance between one place and another seem a lot shorter. Think about that, y'all. I'll see y'all later.